Every now and again in Hearts of Iron 4, you need to go big or go home. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing with today's nation. A path which is so overpowered, you can pretty much conquer a good chunk of the world before 1940. We're going to be playing as none other than my home nation, the United Kingdom. By going down the fascism route, not only can we get the largest coreable empire by doing the Imperial Federation, but by also getting European unity. Let's go. And here we are, Great Britain, the leader of the Allies, but in today's playthrough, we're going to be doing something quite different. So to start this off, we're of course going to be going down a change in course and then organising the black shirts. For the army organisation, we're just going to grab everyone and put them in London for now. Factories wise, we'll just start building, and we might as well start building in London because it starts off with 100% infrastructure. That is just amazing. We're going to need a lot of guns, so I'm going to produce basically quite a bit of that. We're also going to want some trucks, so we'll put those into production, and then basically just the rest on guns. We're going to need so many guns. Navy wise, we'll just finish all the ships that are in production. Our navy is massive as it is, so we're not going to need to build too much more, but we will do. And then lastly, I'm just going to get rid of these planes because they suck. We'll put the mills on guns, and we'll revisit planes later. 4 research slots as well. We're gonna do the basic constructions. We already start off with electronic mechanical engineering, so we'll go straight to computing. And then I think we're going to be doing a lot of infantry fighting, so we'll get our Stokes and Mortar support. The Air Force, I'm just going to delete that for the minute. We'll sort that out. We'll bring that back later. The Navy, which is just massive as well, we're going to just consolidate it all into one group. We can deal with that later. A change in course is complete. Now we go down to organize the black shirts. Excellent. Organize the black shirts is complete. So now we get these decisions, which means that we can go around the country holding marches and eventually slowly but steadily raise the support of fascism in the UK. However, we're not going to play by the normal game mechanics, and we're just going to click all the buttons as soon as we can and launch us into civil war. And as we organise our marches through the UK, we're either going to get the chance of having a good march, a bad march, or a normal march. And we've had a violent march, which you might gather is, bad. Minus 66% stability. Going to want to make sure to try and pick up some key areas. We had a peaceful march this time, which is good because we get more political power, and we need that. And then that should be a good half of the country. We do have 6 here, and I'm going to pick up this one, which is quite crucial. The only 2 main ones that I usually pick are London and the Scottish Highlands. Why? This is going to open... This one's really cheap, and it's going to open up a front that we can hold pretty easily with some of the units that we get up there, as we only need 2 tiles, really, in mountain provinces. And here we go, Civil War. So let's slow it down a bit and start planning what we're going to do. So we're going to do nothing with the Navy. We will get whatever Air Force we can get back, though. We need to organise the army now. So this will be our main infantry division, and they will start pushing up the country. We do have, as I mentioned, 2 infantry units here. They're going to be a unit of their own, and they're just going to hold the line here at Inverness. And then we're left with these units here. I'm going to have 8 infantry here along with these 2. These are going to be our offensive units, and then these other 8 can go back into the main infantry division. Yeah, so these 10 units, they'll first go down here and mop up the south. And that really sets us up to start off with. We're going to probably want to slow it down, as I say, to 4 for now. But we can just be a little bit cheeky here and try and capture what we can. Just try and keep some pinning attacks as we try and pick up a few of our tiles. Looks like our divisions has already been slightly altered here, but that's okay. They may sneak around us, but we'll keep an eye on it. For now, as I say, the main area that we're going to want to push down is the south. Just clear up this as best we can. Just squish these units down here in Truro. Excellent. That is the south now dealt with. We can remove these units and try and, I think, focus somewhere here cut them in half, and take Liverpool. One thing that we're going to want to do, essentially, is that as we start to capture territory, we want to keep an eye on their capitulation. Because before they capitulate, we want to declare war on the rest of their allies so that we can take back all of the dominions as well. Liverpool is a really big point for us, so we do want to keep an eye on it. And abdication crisis. Edward, get out of the way. We've got bigger fish to fry right now. Excellent. An encirclement there, and the capture of Newcastle. We can probably capitulate them quite easily now if we just pin them here and drive into Glasgow. Right, we're about to drive into Glasgow, so I will now start to declare war on the rest of the nations. Come on. There we go. There goes Birmingham, and there goes everyone else. And just like that, we have flipped to fascist, and we can take all of this land back. And with one single war, we have significantly brought back the British Empire. This now sets us in a good position for our next war. But, of course, before we start even really getting onto that war, we're going to need quite a few more troops. So, what we're going to do is we're going to train as many units as we can right now. And we're just going to start force deploying infantry. Now, our next war is most likely going to be with the US. So, what we're going to do now is just move a lot of our troops over to our Canadian border with them. And because of the chaos we've just created, we've skipped a few of these focuses now, which is good for us, including God Save the King. And the next one that we're going to move on to is consolidate the British Isles. This is obviously going to give us our war goal on Ireland. Now, as we start to do this, and because we've created a little bit of trouble, when we get our war goal on Ireland, they will start to be guaranteed by the two major, or maybe one of the major democracies now, which is France and the United States. Which means we will get a free war with either the French or the US. So let's see how we go on here. Lovely. Well, we've just force deployed 11 new infantry units to the front. And we're going to start queuing up immediately more infantry. However, you may notice that we have a slight equipment issue at the minute. So to fix that, we'll just switch everything over for our territory management for no garrison. And then all of a sudden, all the equipment's back. We'll just put our occupied territories back to something like military governor for now, and it's like nothing ever happened, except we have more guns. And now that we've actually we've got the navy back now, haven't we, which is pretty good. And then we'll start splitting this off, because we'll start to actually make use of this now. Consolidate the British Isles is done, which gives us enough war score to go straight to war economy. And it's still October 1936. We can start to play around with things a little bit now that that focus is completed. I think we'll actually go down the path to British fascism and get rid of the war to end all wars. We just need for these units to arrive here, and then as soon as that's in place, we can start to think about our war with the Irish and whoever else. And I'm going to pick up our military staff now, as well as our infantry, just to get things kicking off a little bit and make our infantry a bit more stronger for this war. We'll put a bit of motorization priority on these units. And I think that will be a bit enough exercising for now. We shall declare war on Ireland. Now, this one, as I mentioned, should also be quite easy. We're just going to literally sneak in to Dublin and around them. And the US have been called in as a result. So I think we'll just charge down this side and hold the line a little bit with these guys. Right, and we'll just charge with the cavalry. Hopefully capitulate Ireland very quickly. There you go, that's them dealt with, and a little bit more equipment for us. And now we need to move the army over to the US. One thing I forgot that we do want to do actually is we do want to make use of the Navy. So we're going to set these to convoy raid. That one can keep exercising for now. This one we're going to want to make sure to put on strike force just to defend our Canadian borders in this direction. Now, I do always forget about Alaska, so we should probably divert some troops from there. The Tsardom and Bulgaria pressures to lift their army restrictions. No. No, no, no. Now, because the US are spread so thinly, when we start this war, you'll notice that obviously we've put a lot of troops on this border here. We're going to give them a bit of pressure over here to give them something to think about. We may also actually be able to create our first encirclement on the US here, which would be pretty ideal. But usually they don't have enough troops to cover all the borders. So this is where this part of the offensive comes in plan. And we're going to basically just sneak in through Buffalo and then try and route them in sort of New York, Boston. It's quite a large encirclement, but it should do the trick. Yeah, so they are pulling troops back now because they've noticed that their borders are a bit split up. And we've created a bit of a mess for them here, which is pretty good actually, because we can now actually push in ourselves. Lots of confusion going on because, well, yeah, we've got a few of our own troops trapped, but that's not a problem. We need to push through quickly now, actually, because they've seemed to have pulled quite a few troops out of this part, which is good. So let's start seeing if we can get some of these tiles taken up and the front line readjusted in a bit of our favor. Excellent. Encirclements are happening. Excellent. An encirclement crushed there. And now all these units are severely caught out, so we can move in and swallow up this part. Looks like they've snuck a little bit into Canada. It is a bit chaotic, but it's fine. Well, now that that pocket has been cleaned up, we do actually have quite a good front line here. So something like a big old push order like that will do. Lovely. And yeah, we're sweeping away the US now. This is not really becoming a problem. Ah! And whilst we were sorting out our army, the US capitulated. Never mind. Well, that's that. We'll take everything, I think, from them. We'll also take the entirety of the US Navy, which means, I mean, we are now just the most powerful naval power, period. And of course, Portugal wants to take our ships after that, but we are not interested. And now with that war completed, that leaves us to our next victim, France. We'll bring the entirety of the army back, and we'll just deal with that shortly. Ooh, yeah, that is quite a big deficit of guns. We're going to need to fix that. Well, now we can also probably start thinking about the Air Force. So I'll put something like this now, just a basic Hurricane fighter. Let's also put a new bomber into production. I think we'll just put something like that for now and assign it our CAS production as well. That being said, though, we're not done. So let's get our war goal going with the French. Now I'm going to start moving down this tree because we want Imperial Conscription, because we do really want that non-core manpower buff with the amount of non-core territory we have. And I'm going to take us up to Extensive Conscription now, just because we do need the manpower. The naval invasion is ready. The fleet is in position. Let's declare war on France. Go, chaps, go. Wow, well, looks like France weren't even home at this point. Oh, wow, okay, we even took a dock off them. I mean, we got a bit convoy raided in the process, but wow, yeah, nobody was even home. That suits us just fine, though. Let's bring over the first lot of infantry. Well, I don't know where the French army is, but it's certainly not in France. Well, whilst I was micromanaging it, France didn't even... I barely took Normandy, and they capitulated. Oh, the French are so weak in this. Of course, we'll take everything, and their navy. It's June 1938, and the British Empire controls quite a lot already. Yeah, we're pretty overpowered at this point. Right, so now that we're done prepping a little bit, we need to get ready for World War II. Italy will be quite easy to take out. Germany are going to be a little bit tougher. And I've noticed that at the minute, we can create a faction with Italy. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that and then take them out the war. Imperial Alliance. That seems very fitting. Lovely. Italy accept our offer, which means we now actually should skip this focus. Yep, we can bypass that one. And we can just go straight to preempt Spanish alignment. That means we can try and take out Spain, preventing them from joining the Axis, and then helping us secure a little bit more land for our European empire. That reminds me, we are going to need quite a lot more troops. So something like that will do. And of course, we're going to need equipment, so we'll steal that from all the garrisons from the Empire. Wait until that's filled up a bit. Back to Marshal Governor, thank you very much. Preempt Spanish alignment is complete. So I think we'll go ahead and pick up our war with Spain. Quickly mop up this bit in Northern Africa. And there we go. There goes Spain very easily. So we'll just take everything from them. And we will need to get Portugal at some point. So we might as well go ahead and try and take them out next. We can also probably start thinking about putting some tanks into production. Since we have got our research now, I'll probably put something in. Yeah, that'll be perfect for now. Also, because we have quite a lot of carriers, we're going to want some naval bombers when we get enough factories. But something like that, we need more fighters. Desperately need more fighters. And obviously the need for guns is ongoing. Yeah, we've got over 2 million manpower at the minute, so I'm going to drop us down from extensive to limited. We don't need. Portugal wants to purchase our ships, but we're about to give them something else to worry about. Going to start editing our motorized template as well, as we're going to use quite a lot of motorized, really. That's why I've gone and picked up our Army Spirit motorization drive. That's going to allow us just to make medium tank templates as well as motorized tank templates a lot easier. Our war goal on Portugal's done. Just need to actually get the army in position. Off you go, chaps. Yeah, again, not too worried about Portugal. Just quickly tearing through them there. They left Lisbon open. Fine, we'll walk into that. And see if we can just sneak all the way down into Porto now. And there goes Portugal very nicely. As is custom, we'll take everything. Also, it must be because of the Civil War, but I'm not sure why Norwich is now the capital of our fascist UK British Empire. Sure. As I say, Germany's going to be the big war, so going to try and get a collaboration government on them as well in our preparation. And this is why I quite like playing the British Empire, is because, you know, we've gone on a crazy run so far of Conquest, and now we can just sit back on our massive industry and manpower and just really build like an efficient army after just, well, stealing everybody else's resources, basically. I'm not sure we're going to be able to pick up the Netherlands, just to how long it will take to justify the war goal, but I think we'll get Belgium in time before Germany start doing German things. Now, we are starting to get some tanks, so I think I'm going to start putting what we can into production. I'm just going to build the template that I want, really, and then we can go from there. Org is still looking a bit low, but there we go, that will do. Not sure how many we can put into production for them so far, but if we can get 4, that will be good. And we have got a collaboration government on them, which is good. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there goes Germany declaring war on Luxembourg and the Netherlands. I think, annoyingly, that's going to mean that we're not going to have enough time to get in on Belgium. We're going to probably miss out by like a day. There we go. War goal on Belgium done. Let's make sure that we declare war. Right, we just need to push in, I think. Let's not give the Germans this if we can. Excellent. Right, well, we got quite a lot of war score there. Excellent. Well, we got Belgium, at least, off of the Germans. They haven't gone declaring their war on Poland yet, which is a bit worrying for Germany. They are, annoyingly, guaranteed their independence by the Japanese, so we'll have to start fighting them as well. We do control a fair bit of territory down here, so I may... And also, we don't really want China to capitulate to Japan, because that's just going to make our job a little bit harder. So I think what we can start doing is creating... At least getting some of the Navy ready to fight. Yeah, so we're going to move the entirety of the US Navy, I think, over to the Philippines. And we'll also move some of our convoy raiding. Well, it looks like the German line's pretty empty, which is good for us. Hopefully they're gearing up for their war with Poland. Wow, we've actually managed to really close down the gun deficit. That's good. The Soviet Union's declared war on Finland, and Germany's going for Lithuania, by the looks of things, and Latvia. Oh, and Poland as well, so that war has begun. But Poland is... Poland's pushing back. It's holding its own. Yeah, Germany's really struggling against Poland. Anything that makes our life a little bit easier, because here comes our war with Germany now. Right, let's see how well this push goes. I don't want to invite anybody else to the faction, because, especially the European countries, because we do need to conquer them. And since we're at war with Japan now, we're probably going to want to, and we'll start to deploy the navy, I think, a little bit over here. Meanwhile, we are definitely tearing into the Germans. That is good. And we've had a successful naval invasion here, which is good. We can bring over the reserve infantry that we had and just tell them to do a big old push order now. Of course, any equipment that they want to lend us, we'll gladly take. Why are the Italians defending the Germans? That's not what should be going on here. Right, well, we're a little bit bogged down in this area. It's proving to be a little bit trickier to move through there. So I think what we'll do is where we landed our naval invasion, bring some units over here, and we could probably just almost drive straight into Berlin. Right, well, we're nearly knocking on the doors of Berlin. I think we've managed to snake our way quite well over. However, we just want to be careful that we don't overextend, which we're looking like we're doing a little bit. How badly? Ooh, 304,000. And how many casualties have we? Yeah, not that many. I'm going to stop this infantry offensive. They can just sort of hold put now, and we'll do the main attacking from over here, I think. And we can try and secure the northern part here now pretty quickly, just by driving straight through. Right, now that we've managed to mop up a little bit here, we'll see if we can join these two fronts, and then that will hopefully create a nice encirclement here in the Netherlands. Wow, this is so annoying. Somehow, Italian troops have... We're not at war with Italy, are we? No. They just have troops that they've lent to Germany, for God's sake. Oh. Excellent. We've managed to mop this up now, so we need to try and close in where we can with the armor. Excellent. And another encirclement here, which is a good one. Just need to keep closing them in now. They have managed to push us back a little bit up here, so we probably will need to divert some troops back around. And crush them, crush them, crush them. I wonder if, weirdly, the Italians have actually lost troops then in this, because, again, we seem to be just destroying their own units that they've donated stupidly to the Germans. Oh, well. Right, I want to send troops now to this part of the front line and reinforce. We may be able to create a cheeky little encirclement here. Another 7 German divisions. This will be destroyed. Come on, crush them. Come on. Lovely stuff. Right. Next, we need to recommit some of the troops, I think, to this area. See if we can get maybe over to Stettin. And they've moved out of Rostock, which is stupid for them. Ah, Poland's capitulated finally, but that's all right. Because our offensive is well and truly underway, or steaming ahead. Right, we'll launch another offensive, I think. See if we can actually just push them. Well, we're closing in on Berlin here. Little encirclement here. Come on, let's see if we can take Berlin. There we go, the fall of Berlin. Yeah, we're steamrolling through them now. Yeah, when it has 33% less, it should capitulate. So we do really need to try and push in the center here. I think I'm going to remove some of our armor. Lovely, driven into Prague here. Just want to keep squeezing them and pushing in. Excellent! Excellent, finally. That is this middle part here encircled, which means we can probably try and squeeze them in now. Yeah, this is crunch time for the Germans. Just surrounding them in Frankfurt, including some still very annoying Italian units, but, you know, they can die all the same. Come on. Yes! There goes the German Reich. And we were literally the only combatant in that, so not only... somehow we've managed to pick up Hungary, Bulgaria, pretty much everyone. Excellent. Well, welcome to the British Empire, chaps. And with Germany done, I've realised that we are still annoyingly at war with Japan. So, oh, and they're they're not doing too well. Ooh, the Chinese are also look like they're struggling a bit. Either way, let's go sort this war out now. So we'll go and get our military access. Here you come, chaps. Over to China. Ooh. Not sure what's happened there, but Japan's pushing quite aggressively. Right, well, China is slowly but surely shaping up. There's a huge opportunity for an encirclement here. There we go. And now we can just squish these in. I think we're just going to get going with our next naval invasion. It should be all okay. Lovely, and nobody is home. Excellent. Here come reinforcements. I don't care too much about the South Island. There we go. There goes Japan, and it looks like we're going to be splitting some of this with China. So I suppose we'll just, I don't know, puppet this. Well, there we go. We got a nice Japanese puppet out of that. But we really need to start thinking about our conquest for the rest of Europe now. One thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have to get rid of Italy. So it's time to get rid of Italy, kick them from the faction, and we'll start justifying on them at the same time. And we haven't been able to go down to this side of the tree yet because, well, we haven't had a puppet for ages. But now we can actually work our way towards the Federation. We don't... Looks like we already have a war goal in Italy, so we don't need to justify on them. We can just wait until everyone's in position then. We're probably going to need to pick up some other countries though, so we'll do a side quest for Yugoslavia. Right, sod it. Right, let's launch this naval invasion. Ooh, we haven't got naval superiority yet. Interesting. I'm sure we'll get it shortly. Just probably need to batter the Italian fleet. Ah, there we go. Not the Italian fleet, the Italian fleets. Excellent, and no one's home here. So I think we'll just bring on over the army. Ooh, yeah, although we're getting a bit squished here. Although the Marines are holding valiantly, actually. Yeah, here come the rest of the army, thank God. We'll get the armor just to push down to the south. Spearhead for Palmero. And then we'll get the rest of the motorized to just push into the north, take it all. And then everything else should just be tickety-boo, really. Yeah, there's not really much hope for Italy here, is there? And yeah, driving straight into Sicily now. And Mussolini deposed, just as well, doesn't even matter because, yeah, we've taken it all anyway. So we'll take all of Italy and the Navy, as is customary. We should also probably start thinking about forming the actual... becoming the actual empire. At the moment, we're the British Empire. We just want to be the empire. So to do that, we're going to need a puppet. And the easiest one to probably do, or conquer at the minute, might be something like South Africa. Right, so I'm just going to get all of our troops for the minute. So, in order to do this, I'm going to... So I think what we'll do quickly is we'll just find South Africa, release them as a puppet. There they are. And then what will happen is they'll probably break away very quickly. So we'll just send the army down there and then they can rush in and take it back. We have so many. The industry is just too big, really, at this point. We have too much industry. And it's only going to get bigger. Yep, and there it goes. South Africa, or nationalist South Africa, has broken away. So we'll just quickly rectify that. Your independence won't last long. They break away from our subject. They break away as a subject, and then they ask to join our faction. No. And our justification is done on Yugoslavia, so I think we'll just quickly go and conquer them. Excellent, and there goes Yugoslavia. Now we need to go back here and deal with old South Africa, bring them back under control, and we'll probably need to go to war with Russia in all honesty, so we will get a little front line going with them. Lovely, and our justification is done on South Africa, so we'll just quickly march in now and take everything. Lovely, and that's South Africa back, so we shall just puppet all of them. And now we'll actually be able to unlock the focus tree to get us down to the Imperial Federation. And here we are. Yeah, we can finally go on to Commonwealth ties down to Imperial Federation. Lovely. And we skipped through quite a few of those, although we need to develop South Africa. Here we go. The 1943 Imperial Conference. And there's only really one thing we're interested in, which is discuss Imperial Federation. And there's only one of them, so a tremendous amount of political power isn't really that much to get them to agree. And they accept. Good. Smart decision. And there we go. We've officially completed the Imperial Federation and turned ourselves into the lovely The Empire. Just the Empire. This also now unlocks our realize European unity decisions, which means we can now gain cores on pretty much all of these territories. And I mean, we've more or less conquered a lot of them. We just need to probably finish up a last few. So we'll start off by coring Spain and Portugal. And we'll also start by, I think, getting our war goal on Russia. And we can actually, I realize for 100 political power, we can click this, which gives us our cores over Ireland, which actually we do want. Means that we don't have to go release the US, then declare war on the US to reconquer them. Our focus is done, giving us our war goal on the Soviet Union. So let's go grab them. Ah, yeah. And let's assign some air force, some of our vast air force that we have here. And go, chaps, go. Yeah, the armor's just charging through, really. Just battle planning our way across here. Turkey seeks to join us. We're better off without them because we're going to have to conquer them eventually. So there's quite a lot of red considering it. I wonder if it's just because we're out of supply, although we are just charging straight through the top. Well, I was preparing an naval invasion, but we're nearly there already. I'm just going to get the Marines, I think, to conquer Denmark. Excellent. Well, we've created a little encirclement here. Just a little one. The Sultanate of Owassen declared war on us. Yeah, okay. Oh, sure. We do have some infantry here, which can go take care of that, I suppose. So off you go. Go deal with them, I guess. Well, with that pocket destroyed, the Soviets are up to 1.6 million casualties, although our push is just destroying everything from us. We don't care. We're nearly at Moscow. We're too big to fail. And our justification on Denmark is done. Let's just reorganize the Marines so that they can take care of business over here, being protected by our good old nemesis Chile. That always happens with all of these world conquests. And Ethiopia declares war on us, and Denmark oh my god, everything's happening. Excellent. There goes Denmark. The Sultanate of Owassen is gone, although we do still have Ethiopia, weirdly now. Tanzania has declared war on us. Why are all these African countries just coming for us? Got that we didn't even take Leningrad. That's probably that might even be enough to capitulate them. No, a little bit further. Our justification on Switzerland's done. We're going to need to bring some troops back. Actually, no, we don't. We have just 59 divisions, apparently, over here. Excellent. And our looks like our justification on Norway's done, so we'll just go do that one quickly, deal with them. The Soviet Union must be close to getting capitulation now. 28. We're just using infantry and motorized to push this is definitely not optimal, but it's working. Casualties are rising, but it's all in the glorious name of the Empire. East Africa goes. Sure, yeah. Oh yeah, we're at war with Norway. I forgot about that. There we go. Off you go, Marines. Meanwhile, let's go and see if we can pick up Sweden as well. These guys can invade Sweden. There we go. Norway's gone. Which means we'll just deploy these Marines over to this border now. Declare war on Sweden. And the last stand of Switzerland. Excellent. Good. They're gone. We'll take everything. We can now deploy these troops as well to our Scandinavian border. Finally, there goes the Soviet Union. And China's gonna be part of this by the looks of it. Oh, because communist China went as well. Okay, well, I definitely want to get as much of at least Russia that I can. I don't know how much we need of it to do what we need to do. Right, well, we probably need to take Turkey out? I don't know. We're going to get them anyway. 195 days. Oh, I should have done it earlier. Back over to Finland, chaps. War in Sweden is looking a bit interesting. Could be going better, could be going worse. And we're just pressing into Sweden and Finland now from both sides. There we go. There goes Finland. Sure, this is how all the good generals just fight their battle plans when you get to this point in the game. Just click, drag, drive there. Come on. How are they not capitulated yet? Has Sweden got some silly capitulation? 0% or less. Ugh. I suppose we probably... I mean, we're going to be at war with Chile forever otherwise, so we might actually have to fight them. Right, we're still at war with the major power of Chile. And to be fair, we might actually have to declare war on Argentina just to get through them. But that's a bit... that should be easier than going into Chile. We'll see how well the first naval invasion goes. We only really need Turkey and Iceland. Otherwise, we can pretty much get all of these. So I'm just going to go click ahead of them. See how much that changes our core territory by. To be honest, it's just personal with Chile. We will take out them just because they're an adversary. Maybe we can squash the beef after this. Yeah, Turkey's crumbling. Right, let's see if we can get a naval invasion off. Don't know if I'm too hopeful, but weren't we meant to have... We've launched the naval invasion without any actual ships. Oh well, looks like we're still doing all right. There we go. Oh yeah, this is an easy Chile to deal with. Now that we've already conquered that, all we have to literally do is set a front line there, I suppose, and just charge up the nation. Excellent. Turkey's gone. And really, I think that's most of the territory, if not all that we need. Although we need to capitulate Chile to get Iceland. I can't be bothered to go fight them, so... Right, well, had to get a second war go on Argentina because, well, it just expired. But that's fine, we've got one. Let's launch our new naval invasion. Excellent. And a fell swoop into Argentina here. Bring the rest of the army over. We didn't protect that border very well, but that's fine. We've just got an army of troops there defending. There goes Argentina. Excellent. Just our old nemesis Chile now. And there goes Chile. That is everything that we need. Well, here we are. The Empire officially in all its glory. All we need to do now is actually wait for 5 more political power. Click these 2 buttons. And wait 70 days. And then our task is done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely! That is the last of the core expansion that we can do. So with that, it takes us up to... oh my god, I mean, it probably changes so much with compliance, but 11 million manpower, 2,172 factories. We have more industry than we know what to do with, and yeah, the world is ours. And by 1946, actually, I mean, to consider how much we've conquered of the map, yeah, this, the fascist UK path is extremely powerful. If you've enjoyed the video, please make sure to drop me a like and subscribe. And let me know what nations you would like to play next, if we want to see more world conquests, or if you want to see some sort of silly challenges. Also, let me know what nations you like to do world conquests with, and which one you find the easiest as well. But otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video. See ya!